so I'm just on my phone.
Okay. Well, we're live.
Thank you.
Sexy.
And we're live.
And we're live. So last session, you guys had just saved Akitaru from a imminent demon attack on his much less estate, more so farmland. And after that, he had asked you guys to go into town to retrieve some medical supplies. He does not accompany you into town. Instead, decides to stay back, and he is fixing up what has been damaged of his estate. The walk has led you guys into town at a rather late period of time, and as you arrive into town, you can see that after hours, the town has become a tiny spot to enjoy a drink. Right near the ramen bar or ramen cart. Other than that, it's completely desolate. The cobblestone streets that had been trampled on during the day are as empty as could be, with not much stone disturbed among the entire town square. Or not much a stone. As you're sitting, walking past the gates back into town, you could see that there's a bit of a stirring going on at the ramen cart as people are enjoying themselves a drink and maybe some late night food. Everything that is available in town is still open for business, though it is closing very, very soon. Atsuhiko, staring, as he steps into the town, he stops and he gets a very clear, evident face of chilling fear. And he goes, I think I dropped something just down the road. I'll be right back. And he disappears off, lightly jogging down the road.
Wow.
Okay.
Social anxiety?
No. You can tell that he's moderately worried about something.
Oh, dude, I know it. The old guy's the fucking reptile demon. I fucking know it. I swear to God.
Safin, Tsutsumi, Takara, Yumi, you're freely allowed to explore the main areas of the town, or just come hang out for the moment being.
Give me 1 second.
There is, as you guys are walking kind of closer towards the center of town, you can hear two men having kind of a drunken argument of, "Stop saying that damn word! It's bad luck! It's bad enough we got that old man it's bad enough we got that old man's little farmhand disappearing, and now your people are hearing stuff near the coal mines." You hear these words as two men begin grabbing at each other's shoulders and collars, and they're shaking each other. And one of them is like, "What else do you want me to say? It's a lizard! A lizard, lizard, lizard! It's a goddamn lizard!" And the other man is just like, "I said stop!" And there's the sound of pushing. And one of the men falls onto the ground, and his drink spills out. That he's just on the ground. There's the altercation pauses for the moment, as he's just kind of laying out there flat.
I'm gonna walk. I just walk over and I pick him right up, and I brush off his thing. And who was the one speaking about the said lizard?
So you come over and you see the man sitting next to Yumi is just like, "Maso, get up! You're embarrassing us in front of the country city. Fuck." And he's kind of giving you the hiccup. And he goes, "Fuck you, Kakaru, you dick." And Maso, the one who's been knocked over, is as you pick him up, Rory, he stumbles to his feet, and he puts a hand over Safin or on his shoulder as a bearing. The one yelling is Maso.
He's the one just swearing profanities.
Yes.
Okay. I want to go real fucking close to him. I'm next to Maso, and then within a blink of an eye, I am in front of him. and I'm like, "Where's the lizard?"
Rory, as
Yeah,
soon
there's
as
a
you
lizard.
get that close, you hear him like and the stench of alcohol just covers your face. Can I have
suck it in.
can
I suck it in. I go.
can I get a fortitude check to see if you can not get sick over this?
Oh, fuck.
Or at least like start gagging.
Wait, my
Um,
dice. No.
Kakeru, you just hear him go like, "Oh, fucking gross," and he takes back a little handle, like a little tiny glass of sake, and he takes it back into his throat and coughs as he swallows it.
That's an 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you take this stench in and you're just like, ugh. And your face kind of involuntarily twitches into a cringe, but you don't feel sick.
okay.
So you asked him about he goes, lizard? And Kakadu, who's standing next to Yumi, goes, fucking this. Don't get him started.
Oh.
Yeah, what specifically are you asking?
Like where the lizard is, because I mean, at this point, it's confirmed. A lizard is somewhere.
Lizards all over the place. You ask the kids, you ask the old folks, you can ask anyone. That fucking thing gets mentioned 30 times an hour this side of the fucking country. And he's leaning back and forth. Are you like helping him prop up, or is he just falling off you?
I'm helping.
Okay. He leans back to fall, and Safin like grabs him by the collar to stop him, kind of like at an angle. Yeah. You're getting the most out of this as if you can. Or now that you can. He is very intoxicated.
Ooh, okay.
Does anyone else have questions?
Yumi's gonna say, he said it was in the coal mine.
The coal mine's where everyone saw it today. I had a couple of friends come back from the coal mine scared shitless.
Where is the coal mine?
Coal mines, and he like points off in a direction that changes to a completely opposite one as he leans. It's in that direction. And Kakadu gets up and goes, "Stop fucking lying to them. You're getting the newcomers scared." And he gets up and he puts his drink down on the table. And he stumbles over to Masao, and you can see Safin, you see him kind of like approaching with a little bit of malicious intent. You can tell that like they're still fighting. Do you want to step in between them, or are you gonna let the altercation continue?
I'm picking them up both by like the back of their collars. I'm bigger than them, right?
You are. You're nominally bigger than them. You're like 6 feet.
Yeah.
6'2".
And Masa goes, "Shut up!" And he reels back to punch, and it just like completely misses. And he skips over himself and like nearly falls to the ground, but is held up by Safin.
I want to hold them apart like when you hold apart two cats that were fighting
Okay.
by the scruff.
They're both just like limply hanging there. Yeah, they're just throwing wild punches at each other that are just completely missing. One will occasionally graze or like slap Safin's peck, but it doesn't do really anything.
Dude, my titties jiggle.
You can hear like the wobble of his titty jiggle. Yumi, you approach the ramen stand, and there are a few different like bottles of sake opened, and he is cooking broth for ramen behind it.
Dope.
He leans over the counter as you pass by, and he goes, "Can I get you anything, miss?"
Ooh, you can tell me where the coal mine is.
Gold mine, absolutely. How about you have a drink first? And he starts like pulling out a piece of paper from underneath the like dish side of his table, and he unfolds it as he puts down like a little shot glass in front of you. And it's a generalized map of the area, and it's saying like around to the east or southeast there is a coal mine that was more or less abandoned. Sometimes they'll send in some people to get like salt out of it or to search for any possible chance that this could open up as a coal mine again. But in the recent years, it's basically been plugged dry. And it takes no longer than like a good like 20-30 minutes to walk there. Safin, can you give me a finesse check? One of the men reels back, specifically Masao, reels back, and he's like, I told you, it's over there! And he brings his fist over to, like, feign pointing for you guys, and he throws a very solid punch. Safin,
I got a 6.
6? Alright. It just grazes you. You kind of like feel it on the tip of your nose, and the punch hits Kakeru, who falls onto the ground. And there is just a small spatter of blood as his nose starts to like drip onto the ground below. And he goes, God damn it! Ugh. Fuck this. I'm going home. And he picks himself up. And then in that moment, all of you guys hear the sound of a wooden pail smashing into the ground below.
Wait, like, where?
Safin, it is right behind you.
Oh!
There, a little flower falls onto the ground.
You don't mind?
And what falls into the ground? Sorry?
A bucket with a flower in it.
I look up. Where did the bucket come from?
As soon as you look up, you see that there is a black-eyed, like, metal-jawed bee, that is standing at a rough 4 to 5 feet, hanging over the edge. And it makes a very harsh, low, buzzing sound of just like...
Wait, like a bumblebee?
Like a bee. There's a bee.
I was gonna say. There's a bee.
It is just looking at you from over top of this.
Like it's like on the roof.
It is.
I'm gonna look at Yumi. What's Yumi's reaction?
Oh
wait.
Hold on.
I totally missed all of that.
I will look at Takara. I will look back at Takara.
So wait, hold on. Before we start, did Yumi take a drink?
Yumi has been staring at it this whole time. Like,
She
trying to debate
So
whether or not she should take it.
Yumi looking at her drink notices that there is a small like rippling going from the center outward. Takara, what is your reaction to Safin's sudden gaze at you for fear?
Can she see the demon or no?
She can see the bucket and she can look up if she'd like to. Tsutsumi and Takara can see that the bucket with the flower has landed on the ground near Safin. Whether or not you assume that that is from Safin knocking something over, completely up to you guys.
Okay, so she kind of like sees him look over at her, and she like kind of just makes a really confused face, and like bends over a little bit,
like to see from the side.
Yeah.
She just sees the rose.
Okay. Can she look up at the demon? And
yeah.
Like,
she can trail it.
What are you doing here?
She trails up from the flower and sees onto the roof that there is a 6-legged demon that's perched up on the corner of the roof. Tsutsumi, pretty attentive. Does she notice anything, or is she also just looking at the demon?
Yeah, Tsutsumi kind of just observing it right now.
Safin, Masao, the demon hasn't noticed or is looking at any of you. It's looking directly down, and just as Masao is leaned back from like, "Ooh, take that, you fucking idiot!" He leans back and his head falls limp, and it looks directly up. From here, he gets a very steady glimpse at this as he closes his eyes a little bit and squints, looking up, and then goes, "Oh, shit! Oh, God!" And he grabs at Safin's arm to, like, let him go.
I, in one fluid motion,
Yeah.
would like to throw him
Uh-huh.
away.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Takara,
away.
there's a man coming at you at a concerning speed. Do you want to catch him or dodge out of the way?
Can she actually, not specifically catch him, but, like... Okay, yeah,
I was gonna say...
Continue throwing him?
Sorry guys, we got a comment from Jesse Deadly. Jesse Deadly says, "I have a crush on all these characters."
I have a
Wow.
crush on Jesse Deadly.
I also have a crush on Jesse Deadly.
Yes,
Um,
Deadly, you give me life.
So what is she doing? Sorry.
So she does catch him, but like immediately also launches him. Like over her head.
it's just a handoff.
Yeah, she. So give me a force check.
Oh fuck, okay.
So she sees him coming and she's like, "Oh shit," and immediately her hands go to move and throw him aside.
D20 or D?
D20 plus force.
My thing fucking open. What's my force? 5 plus 5?
Correct.
Correct, you said?
Your force is
5 or 4?
It's plus 5, so yeah. It's 6, so it's plus 5.
11.
11. He doesn't weigh much. You catch him by the scruff of his neck as he like flips over, and you underhand toss him onto the ground below you. And he like kind of rolls until he lays down. Someone posted a link in our chat, and I think it got deleted.
Oh.
But fair enough. It was... I don't know if it was a spam. Alright. Everybody give me speed checks! We're in
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
an encounter.
Bees?
Oh,
Here's a
God,
bee.
my guess sucks with fucking speed.
That's okay.
I think that's her lowest one. I can't remember. I made her kind of thick, so yeah.
She's a little thicky. Alright.
11 plus. I got a 12.
Alright.
I got an 11.
I got 21. 21.
Okay. Hold
I gotta
on.
stop.
Takara... So wait. Takara got a 21?
Mm-hmm.
So Takara is first.
Sick.
Sexy. Who got lower than that?
Me.
Did anyone get in between like 16 and 20?
No.
Cassie, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
Did anyone get higher than a 12?
I got a 12 as well.
Alright. What are your guys' speeds?
Mine's +1.
Tsutsumi?
Mine's +5.
Okay, so
Plus 5.
Yumi will go after. Alright. Rory, what'd you get?
I
What
got an 11.
Safin got an 11. I'll keep track here. And then B.
Me.
So yeah, he would have an 8. All right, Takara, you're first.
Ew. All right.
The bee starts to flap its wings, and you can hear it just like as it starts to lift itself off of the ground. It's floating at the same height as the roof, so about like 10-15 feet up, and it looks as though it's circling around to move and attack the man bleeding along the ground.
Is it fluffy?
Or is it like a hornet?
It's closer to a hornet, but it's still got some fluff on it.
Gross. How far away is it?
From you up, it's 20 feet away and 10 feet up, or no, like 15 feet up or so. I guess 10 to 15.
Real quick before anyone attacks it, I'd like to not yell, but if so that the group can hear, I'd like to say, everyone don't mangle this thing up too much. I kind of want it.
All right. So the man on the ground is just like, what? Oh! All right, Matt.
Can I do volcanic rock?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick.
All right.
28.
Volcanic rock. So 1d8 plus finesse,
What's my finesse?
and it costs totally. You take 3 total of stamina. So 3 total. So you guys can see Takara starts to spin this very long and somewhat hefty ball and chain around. She's carefully avoiding slamming into Tsutsumi or any nearby bystanders. Tsutsumi just especially. Let's see.
Sorry, 1 second.
It's okay.
An 8.
An 8 plus your finesse.
No, just an 8.
So 8 total for your roll, and then plus your finesse. So 12 damage.
No, I got a 4.
Oh, total. Okay.
I got 8. Yeah.
All right. Damn. Takara starts spinning, and you can hear the sounds of chains rattling. And as the bee floats closer, you guys see that in a flash of light, this boulder-like ball slams up into the air, and you hear as what appears to be like stones fly off this thing, and it is knocked to the ground, half of its body missing. It's not dead, but it's like wriggling on the ground, and it's the other half of its body, containing a very large piercing stinger, is randomly stabbing into the ground and injecting what appears to be an acidic, liquidy substance that melts through the rocks and cobblestone. Tsutsumi! You can take people away from the fight. You can use an attack. You can do whatever you please.
I'm sorry, which one are we going? We're going after the one closest to Takara, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I think you
one.
say one like you know that there's more.
Sorry, I don't know. Yeah.
You know, Tsutsumi can just tell there's no way that it's just one.
Hold on, sorry. I want to use it. Wait, how far away is it?
Huh?
How far away is it again?
From you, at the current moment, it is 20 feet away.
20 feet. Oh, cool.
And you can walk up to 30 feet before ending your turn and like use a move.
Can I? I'll do Dance of the Beast thing.
Dance of
Names
the-
are written.
Ironic. All right.
Well, that is ironic.
What did you roll?
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay.
Let me get.
Well,
am I
actually,
rolling?
honestly, I don't actually need a roll because no matter what you roll, this thing is dead.
Incredible.
Is she just running in between everyone and stabbing this thing full heart?
Yeah.
All right. She dashes in between Safin and Kakuya and appears stabbing this thing as the visage of like several different hornets stab into this thing. She brings both of her hands in like a downstriking motion and pierces it through the skull as it emulsifies into a black powdery goo and disappears. The battle is not over, however. As this thing dies, the ashes spread into the air, and the reverberation of like begins to hum all around you.
Hmm.
You see one by one as different opponents, and I'll zoom out on stream for other people to see, as different opponents gather around on rooftop. And with that, there are two somewhat larger opponents.
Oh,
Government drones.
drone.
All right. I'm gonna add more to the list of combat. All right, Yumie, it's your turn. Yumie, you turn around to see that while there is an emulsified demon below you, there is also several other demon that have begun appearing in the areas surrounding. Tsutsumi, you pull your sword out and you wipe it away with a flick of the wrist, and sheath your blade, hearing the sound of poison fill back into the tip of your stinger. You are covered in what smells like a polleny, flowery substance.
Fun.
Yumi, sorry.
Yumi is?
No, Tsutsumi was. I had just forgotten to mention. But it is Yumi's turn.
Alright, I'm going to approach this guy over here. And I think I'm going to use... Did I move appropriately? Is this like...
Yeah, as long as it's within like a 30-foot radius, which you're fine.
Alright. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with Winding Serpent Slash.
Alright.
Whoa. What that here? Well...
So Winding Serpent Slash.
You okay?
1d8 plus finesse. And as you're moving, the rest of the group sees these like visages of snakes following you throughout your full-on assault. And with it, I'll wait for your damage before I
With an 8.
8? Goddamn. You launch upward, and a full-on outline of the snake reaches in and bites in at the shoulder and chest as you slash at it. There is a brief pause before all of a sudden there is an explosive amount of yellow blood that secretes from this bee. Jeez. And it starts to like let off a bit of a spasm as its legs and wings begin to twitch and beat in various directions, not supposedly intended. Safin, your turn.
Okay. Mr. Bleeding Man is still bleeding on the floor.
His nose is like erupting.
But his body is near the split in half body of the bee from before, right?
The body, what?
Like the body of the other one that we split in half.
Yes.
The one that's
He is just
It's still by him, right?
no, the body of the bee that had just recently been eviscerated has emulsified into a black powdery goo that like was carried along by the air. There is some like black goo on the ground, but it's releasing this very sweet polleny scent that's covered Tsutsumi.
But there's no there's no body left whatsoever.
Correct.
Fuck me. Oh my god. Grant's like, hey Roy, don't have fun.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm going to go up to the old man. Or not, well, he's not an old man, but I'm gonna go up to the person bleeding. I'm gonna take him, Kakadu. I'll take Kakadu and I'll fucking just throw him at perfectly aimed through the opening of the ramen cart so that he lands like behind it, basically. So
Okay.
he's cover. Because I'm so tired of worrying about bystanders.
All right.
And then fuck yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to go and inspect this black goo.
Go for it. Give me a smarts check.
Oh God. 1 second. I'm sorry. Smarts. That's a wow. That's a 5.
5.
Yeah.
All right. Safin, in the midst of this battle, approaches and gets a good scent off of this small puddle in his hand. And as he is going about inspecting it, he notices that there is a bunch of little yellow specks floating along in this black goo.
Fuck. Okay. I can't check if it's flammable with that smarts check, can I? Or will that be next turn?
That would probably be next turn.
I'm like, oh, yellow. It's like a penguin.
All right. Oh my goodness. 2d4. I'm simply going to move a few things up. So, first things first, one of the bees takes off in flight, and I'll mark anything in flight with a white circle, and starts floating over top of Masao, who's screaming down below as he backs up on his hind legs. Or on all fours, kicking his hind legs out in a dejection of no. It launches off a very small bit of what appears to be a bright green fluid that does not hit him but lands right aside him, and you can hear the sound of emulsifying or disintegrating rock as it's just
Acid dog.
The second attack is from another bee who is flying closer to Yumi but isn't quite able to make it towards her. However, is going to fire off an attack at her and is getting a 17. So unless...
Not if I use a reaction point.
Fair enough. You hear as it flies through the air and just narrowly misses Yumi's cheeks. She turns to see it. As she's turning to look at this coming towards her, a bit of her hair gets singed off as it flies by and burns through just a very small bit of hair ruffled. The one, where is he? That is the one near Yumi, who is very much so going to try and run away from Yumi. And he is going straight for Takara. Takara, you see this very large 4 to 5 foot bee flying into the air, and all of a sudden its wings stop and it starts to drop, going right towards you. It has its stinger propped up straight for the landing on your head, as if it's going to cave your skull in. Before I move forward, I do want to note some things that I feel like haven't been talked about. So while, yes, you can use reaction points to dodge, if you feel like you're a lucky motherfucker, dodging is an action you can take, but basically you're rolling on finesse, and if you succeed, you can move anywhere within 3 spaces, not the same as a reaction point. And if it's just a free dodge. However, if you fail, you lose your turn, and you take the hit.
Wow.
So it's if you really feel like you can take it, try it. But if not, Matt, yeah, this bee is dropping with its giant foot-long stinger aimed right at Takara.
Ew. Bro, I don't want to fucking kiss, and then reuse as a reaction point.
Okay, so you can move anywhere within here.
Okay, safely move here.
All right, yeah, she dodges, and you hear the sound of crumbling stone, like a full smash of a brick, as all of a sudden a goopy mess of yellow or yellowish green liquid shoots out and starts to spurt forth from around the stones and melts the area around it. It now is kind of like stuck in the stone. You can hear like as it tries to pull itself free. The next one, B5. Tsutsumi. I hope you like dodging. The bee takes flight, flying above you. You get, you hear the sound of a as the green viscous liquid is launched towards Tsutsumi at a very, very blinding and terrifying speed. She can either dodge or use a reaction point to negate the damage. It is up to her. Or she can take it.
I think I would like to dodge this one.
Alright, so you take a reaction point off. It lands right nearby, and it hits alongside the potted plant that is sitting next to her, and it melts the entirety of the clay pot's lower half as dirt begins to pour out onto the ground. Finally, the two drones. So these gigantic bees stand at about 7 to 8 feet tall. They look more and more like wasps, and they cannot fly. So one of them, the first one, I believe drone 1, who I have listed, takes like a few steps with its 4 like bottom legs and its 2 arms. It jumps off onto the second floor of this roof, and then lands on the ground below. And while it is not necessarily capable of getting straight to Tsutsumi, it stands right below the bee, and is clearly intent on moving towards 2 of the Demon Slayers closest to it. Meanwhile, Drone 2, who is very much so close to the rest of you, what are their abilities? Oh, okay. Jesus. Jumps down right next to Takara.
Hey, bestie.
And then it reels back and, with its barbed fists, goes to punch her into the ramen stand.
Jesus Christ.
It is going to use 2 reaction points to ensure that she cannot dodge this physically.
Can I use 2 reaction points to catch her?
Right
behind her?
No.
No!
So Takara flies back into the ramen cart, and smashes through the lower half of the front of it, and she's going to take 2d8 flat damage. So she's taking a total of 6 damage. Takara, you get hit in like the shoulder from the side moving forward, like if someone were to punch you from directly facing your side.
I see. So this mission.
So you take you feel the sound of like, or you feel the sound. You hear the sound of like a crunch, and as you're flying, the first thought is going through your brain is fuck, not another one. And there is a very large scrape that starts to bleed, though not profusely. And the bee, after punching you with its like thorns along its side and barbs, it licks the blood straight off of your off of its fist from your wound.
That's disgusting.
All right, and we're back in the top of the turn order. So Takara, Tsutsumi, Yumi, Safin.
Great. How far away am I from the drone? Sorry.
Which drone?
Drone 2, sorry.
From drone 2, you're about, I believe, 25 feet. Yeah,
so
20 or 25 feet.
Can I move back right here?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna use the Stone Wheel of Justice
Okay.
to get back at this motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Really sick.
She starts spinning her chain wheel, and the force of this is starting to pick up dirt around it, and one of the bees is like getting blown away a few feet. But she's got these two going. How is she letting this go? Like, how is she performing this? Because Stone Wheel of Justice is just one of those verticals. Okay. 3d6? How much?
Being disconnected.
Oh. Who?
I think disconnected.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying as she's spinning this, she can get, like, the airflow going around her. And the ends of her spinning chains aren't, like, even visible. They're going so fast. How is she... where is she aiming? How is she doing this? And how much damage? 18 damage?
Yeah, 18.
Damn.
I said I'm getting back at this bitch, dog. What the hell? Break more of the ribs. Jesus Christ.
Takara, you're my favorite character.
You're my favorite.
Which side is she using?
Don't lie to me.
The ball part.
Okay. Does she have any specific way she's doing this?
No.
Wait, oh my god. I know it's not our asset, but I get to finally use this. She brings out, or she steps down on the chain, and as it's stepped down on, you guys can see that there is, here we go.
Holy shit.
It comes down with a force, and you guys hear a like an echoing as it caves the skull of the drone in, the head being so damaged it's shoved into the chest cavity. There is a sound of like a gooey explosion, and the drone falls to its knees, and falls face forward before exploding into black dust.
What the fuck?
Stupid bitch! Fuck with me one more time.
Amazing.
Takara, he's already dead. God damn.
She just keeps fucking smashing the ground. Takara is
She's
known
like
for
a
her
little
tantrums.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
Actually sets the entire village on fire.
Out of pure rage. Tsutsumi.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go for drone one since that one's fucking demolished.
Okay. Matt, I'm marking that on your kills because you did that alone.
Am I like 10 feet from drone one? How close am I?
From both of them, you're about 15 feet.
15?
You can also move to any other targets or try and evade by going somewhere else if you'd like, but it's totally up to you. I believe you have a few things. Yeah, most, if not all of yours, do good damage.
Yeah, okay. So I want to go after drone one, and I want to use Dance of the Dragonfly.
Okay, Dance of the Dragonfly. So it's going to be plus 14, I believe, because... Or plus 14 to damage. Everyone make sure you're taking stamina off, but it's going to be plus 14 damage because it's the first time that this is being hit with poison, and you're adding your finesse. So 3d8 plus 14.
3d8 plus 14?
Mm-hmm.
27.
Fuck me.
Right.
The power couple strikes again. You guys can... The rest of the area goes silent as you guys hear... and a sudden explosion of goop, and other things, as Tsutsumi charges forward, and I believe that was Dance of the Dragonfly? Or the Centipede. She is followed along her trail with hundreds of centipedes in a bright visage, their bright red and yellow bodies coiling around this drone as she slams into this drone full force. It stabs right through the chest, and as soon as it puts its hand on hers to remove her, it realizes that its hand just falls off next to it. Again, the skin has begun to emulsify. It is bubbling with sheer like reactionary or it sells reactionary I guess chemical reaction to demon blood and this poison. It starts to fester and then it starts to expand. Tsutsumi, you step back for a hot second. As this thing is just like and it there's an explosion of black gas that surrounds the area, and there are specks of yellow that infest this black gas. Tsutsumi, you can get the direct smell of like honey and flowers from here. Safin, your turn.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of things I want to do. Okay. First off, I want to. Okay. Okay. Do I have to make another smarts check on like this pollen shit that's like in the body?
What do you mean?
I want to find out if it's flammable and or what it does. Like, is it?
So you can like strike your swords together on the goo if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right. You strike your swords together and it collides with this goo below, and it begins to ignite, and then it's like dies out as if there's not enough chemicals in this to keep it alight.
Oh. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to check out the whatchamacallit. The flower that came out of the fucking bucket.
Okay. It is a rose.
Can I take it?
Absolutely.
I'll put it in my mouth.
A moment. And Rory, I don't know if that necessarily counted it. I would say that counted as an action due to a little test. But there is a sudden break of the tension as all of the combatants on the field hear a very, very close...
Like Godzilla sound?
Sure. And that is when you see it for the first time. For the first time so far, you hear dong, 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 dong. And then coiled around the nearby bridge from house to house, there is a giant four-legged demon that stretches at least 20 feet in length.
What?
This thing has caught the attention of quite literally everybody in the plaza. You hear the sounds of like doors beginning to open, and people peering out their windows. And in that same moment, you hear, "Wait! Wait!" And then, as Atsuhiko appears one more time, in a, of course, blazing trail behind him, he leaves. Oh, hold on. This is not. There we go. In a blazing trail, he arrives with his blindfold on, and he turns to what appears to be, or what sounds to be everyone else, and he goes, "All right, I'm ready." There is there is nobody. The bees have all stopped. There is no wings fluttering. There is nothing.
How big is this thing?
This thing is about 20 feet in length, and standing on like just its regular four limbs, it reaches, like, its head would meet your head.
In the silence, I fart.
There is a overwhelming silence, and then you guys hear.
Oh, fuck.
I can't keep a straight face.
Who is laughing?
Takara is 100% laughing.
Tsutsumi gives a little chuckle. She can't help it.
Yeah, you guys then hear, just this... Oh, wait, here we go.
What the fuck?
And it echoes through the town as all of a sudden, whilst all the doors are being opened and windows are being peered through, the blinds shut and the doors slam and lock. This thing hops down off of whatever it was fucking perching on before, and you get a good idea of this thing's mass. As it lands, it shatters the cobblestone below, and the bees begin to fucking move. The bees on all sides begin to fly off in different directions away from the town, save for B4, who, whilst trying to fly away, gets completely chomped. The lizard demon lunges in front of itself, and you hear a crunch as it wholly digests this thing in one bite.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, this is. I don't know if this would count as like on my turn. Based on that observation, it's immune to whatever poison, acid these things have.
Correct.
Ah, okay.
So we're going to remove all of these bees from combat because they are dipping the fuck out. They are using every bit of their reaction points to escape. Atsuhiko hears this loud roar come from behind him, and he is facing towards like Yumi and Takara, and he is visibly shaking as he turns to like not see this, but turns in the direction of this lizard demon. So the game has not stopped, and you guys are in full combat mode. So, starting from Takara again, you may move.
Can I actually take a turn to recover stamina?
Absolutely. Do you want to move before recovering stamina?
Yes, please.
Where you want to go?
1 second. Can I go? Like,
Hide in the ramen cart.
yeah. Like over here, like kind of.
All right. Yeah, you backflip onto the nearby roofing and tiling, and looking at this thing, you're like, I am going to need another breath. And you can see, everyone can hear like the sounds of as Takara prepares herself. Next up, Tsutsumi.
I think I'm also just gonna go over here.
So yeah, it's a reconvenience or reconvening of lovers. How are either of you two, are Takara and Tsutsumi, like giving each other any little talk before they get into this fight?
Nikki's.
Giving each other a little be safe talk?
Sutsumi's gonna come like next to Takara and just hold her hand. She's fucking terrified right now.
Is she shaking?
A little bit. She's a little scared.
Takara, you are taking your deep breaths in, and you feel a very soft hand that you've held 100 times grab onto you, and there is like this underlying shivering that's keeping it from being a steady hand holding.
Takara takes her hand that she's not holding and like pats her head. She's like, "It's gonna be okay. It'll be fine. We're bad bitches. We get through this."
Alright. Yumi! Or wait, did Tsutsumi want to do a recovery breath?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So both of you give me d8s, and you can add whatever you roll onto your stamina. Yumi!
I'm back.
Yeah!
Good.
Yumi sees this thing and she's actually pretty fucking psyched.
Is this
Like,
some of the first emotions that Yumi's been able to show to the group?
She's like, whoop.
Big monster, yay!
Yeah, literally, she's like, finally, something like really strong I can fight. She's just gonna run right in there, and I'm gonna use something really cool, I think. I wanna try something new and fun. I'm gonna do twin-headed reptile.
Okay. Twin-headed reptile. They leap the swords. So Yumi leaps forward and slashes horizontally at the target whilst flying towards them. Yeah, you have you guys can hear the sound of the snake visage, but you can't hear or see where this like hissing is coming from. Yumi brings her blade up like behind her head, and is slashing horizontally. So she brings it down in an arc, and slashes all the way to the side. Is she attacking any specific part of this demon? You're allowed to target.
Head, like its little face. If I can like try and like disable its mouth at all, I'm gonna
Okay,
try to do
so
that.
jaw.
I got a 13.
13 for damage.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this slash comes down at the side, and you hear the as the snakes in this visage slide into the jaws and rend the flesh that allows it to close itself. So this jaw hangs down at the bottom, like by like a couple threads of skin and muscle tissue, and it looks to Yumi now, and it's focusing its eyes in a more like it's trying to realize what's in front of it, and that's when it reaches a point that it's comfortable with, and then it hisses at Yumi, and its tongue hanging out of its mouth kind of retracts inside. Safin, it is your turn.
Okay, tight. I eat the rose that was like in my mouth. And hold on. I want to do a cool thing. I guess. Okay. Based on seeing the reptile, does it have like does it have fangs that would denote poison at all?
That is a very tough question that I'm gonna ask you to make a smarts check for.
Does this count as an action?
No.
Okay, tight. No. Flat 18.
18. This thing is not poisonous.
Tight. Okay, I am gonna I don't know which form this would be. I want to say it would be like fifth fang, or maybe second.
Do you want to just slice like with your sword?
I want to run and dive into its open mouth now that Yumi has left it hanging open.
All right, so that would be explosive rush, where you charge, which I need to change the distance of because it didn't update. It should be a 30-foot move. So Safin, you are within you get yourself running first. So you start charging at this thing, blades drawn at your side. You're literally Naruto running with your swords out. Is he gonna give his little war cry?
Fuck yeah! Like, do you guys remember? Or I don't know if not everyone's a Marvel fan. That scene in Thor Ragnarok where the Hulk leaps at fucking Surtur.
Yes.
It's that.
It's literally that. Yeah, you jump into the air and you guys all hear as he's got his blades drawn. Safin, you're doing 3d6 plus your force damage.
3d6.
So that's 3 and a 4, 5. So that's 12 plus force, right? 16.
All right. You jump into its mouth and you bring down both blades and it slices into the back of its throat. And with that, its jaw has now reconnected at its base, and it's got you in between its jaws.
That's fine.
It is. So first off, I want to put you in its mouth. Atsuhiko sees the predicament and is like, Safin! And he leaps in with one of his flame-breathing techniques, literally into the mouth with you. And he's like, I've got you! And is going to use Blazing Universe. Safin is holding this mouth up by sheer force of will, I guess. So he... Ooh, I forgot I don't have his things on here. It's a different thing. So he's using Blazing Universe. So he is bringing it square down the middle. You guys see Atsuhiko reel back with his sword drawn upward, and then as he splits the mouth in half, while the jaw remains connected on either side of its face, he uses his moment to react, dodge, and to use 2 of his reaction points. So Safin, Atsuhiko grabs you in like a chokehold and leaps back with you out of its mouth. And he goes,
I wanted to be in the fucking gullet.
he goes, "It's dangerous! Get out!"
It probably tastes good.
I don't think so. Why are we yelling?
It's loud in the snake.
All right. So it is going to use 2 of its actions, and it is going to swipe at Yumi with its tail, and it is going to hit for 6 damage. And Yumi, you can use a reaction, but its tail comes out of the side, and it crashes through one of the buildings, and is coming at you directly at your chest. It's not going to kill you, but you can tell that this is gonna hurt.
Can I try to dodge?
Yeah, absolutely. You can try to dodge with a finesse check, or you can use a reaction point. It's up to you.
Alright, I'm gonna try to dodge.
All right, give me a finesse.
Oh, not 20.
All right. As this tail comes at you from the side, you jump up and push your legs forward over your chest. The tail collides with your feet, and you kick off of it, and you land standing up onto the nearby roof. It turns to Atsuhiko and Safin, and it roars with absolutely bloodthirsty intent, and it is going to try and snap its jaws. Rory, Atsuhiko and Safin are not its intended target. The intended target is the man nearby you.
Oh my god.
So my question is, are you going to do anything with a reaction point? Because I remind you, with 2 reaction points, you can grab anyone nearby and dodge with them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Wait, no. What was it? It was going to, like, fight?
Fight.
Fuck, no, I'm just gonna push him out of the way and get into... I guess this would be the 2 dodge. I want to stay in its mouth. I want to, like, as it chomps down, I want to, like, hold its mouth open if possible.
Okay. So the reaction points are an automatic success. So you... this jaw seals itself up by the vertical slits, and it comes down with a force as you jump in front of this man, and Masa's like, Jesus Christ! And you've got both hands on the top and bottom of this thing's mouth, and you're holding its mouth open. And he goes, how are you doing that?
I drink a lot of milk.
Alright, Atsuhiko is like, Safin, we need to get it out of the town!
How?
I don't know! And he is just like watching as you have this thing's mouth held open. Takara, it's your turn, by the way.
Oh shit, okay. Alright. Did somebody give us like a syringe or something? Are we supposed to get this thing's blood?
Correct. Whoever accepted the quest, I assumed it was Yumi, because she's also just the most responsible one of the group so far, or at least like mission driven. Yumi has a very thick steel needle that has a syringe on the end of it, meant for like sucking in and holding. Like you take the syringe off and plug it, like boom, after you've extracted blood.
Okay.
I scream from inside the mouth, somebody take a sample now!
Takara gives Tsutsumi a kiss on the forehead first, and then goes over to Yumi.
Alright.
Okay. And
Yumi can see down from the roof that Takara's just standing there looking up.
So,
It's got like the pearish face.
Like,
go back to sleep and starve.
sheesh.
Takara like puts her hands up and she goes, "Jump down."
No.
And is like, "I'm gonna launch you. You need to take the syringe and suck the shit out of the blood of that lizard."
Would Yumi be capable of just like launching herself?
Yeah, but there's no fun in it. Absolutely, though.
I know there's no fun in it, but I think it'd be funny. She's gonna look at you and like just launch herself.
All right. Well, it's still Takara's turn, so Yumi's just like, no. Tsutsumi, 'tis your turn. She doesn't have. She can evacuate or get other people out of here, while this is all going down.
Can I try to help Takara get a sample?
Yes and no. So Takara, so you can help in the sense that like you can help them achieve the sample. The sampling, although, is gonna come from Yumi. Yumi has the syringe.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Takara did.
It's okay. They just fight over the
Help
syringe?
you.
Is there any way I could tangle up its leggies with my chain?
Yeah, you can use a finesse check. It won't do much damage, but you can absolutely keep it like bound.
Yeah.
Grapple, baby.
All right. So Tsutsumi, Takara, you guys can move. So Takara, you're gonna give me a finesse check. Tsutsumi, what do you think she would do?
I think she would just try to help. Try to help get it.
I got an 11.
Okay. Takara, you throw out your chain and it wraps around a couple of the demon's legs, not all of them in like a full circle. But hold on, let me get him. It grabs hold of like 2 or 3, and then in its wrapping, you pull, and it closes the back 2 and the front left foot together, and it falls onto the ground with Safin in its mouth. Now, Tsutsumi, what did you want to do to help? Did you want to help the people around, help the demon slayers, or do something to the demon?
I want to help. I want to help.
She just wants to be
Yeah,
helpful.
I want to help.
Can she poison it?
Yeah, can I poison it?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Tainted blood sample? No.
You can totally just stab it.
Oh, okay.
You
Then
don't
I'll
have-
just do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me your damages, which is just a D4 plus your finesse.
Okay. One second.
And then it
You
is.
have to put that.
It's okay. 6
Okay, I
damage
get it.
total. So then added in with this poison. So the reason I didn't ask you for poison is, as soon as you stab into this thing, it uses its reaction points, and as soon as the poison begins to like flow through its blood, it ejects its leg that you have stabbed off its body.
What?
The leg begins writhing around and jumping, and then it disappears into like black ash, and it sprouts another arm in the same reaction. And it is now Yumi's turn.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got a
so
follower.
I am going to ignore Takara and just jump on this thing and try to get this.
24
this
proc.
right.
Thank you for the follow. All right, Yumi, give me a finesse.
All right. 19 plus 22.
19 plus 22. Or 19.
Wait,
No.
what?
No. 19. 19.
19 plus 3 is
22.
22.
Correct. Sorry, I was I was reading over something.
22.
That would be an amazing steal. No.
Yeah.
Yumi, you jump onto this thing and stab the needle in underneath its neck. And in that instance, you can hear gulp, 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 as blood begins to pour into this vial. And as soon as you can feel the vial becoming like a little hot as you're holding it. And you pull it out as the hole that you had stabbed into immediately heals. It uses its reaction, and it is going to try and attack you. With its freshly made hand, it brings its claws up to scrape and throw you off its back.
Flicks you off. Grant, you know that video that you showed me of, I fucking can't remember who it was, but he's like, sheesh.
Oh, yeah, Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Nobody cares! Sheesh! So Yumi, you can dodge if you like, but he did hit you.
Oh, he did hit me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm gonna dodge.
Reaction
I
point or
guess.
dodge?
Reaction point.
Okay.
I'll do that.
As the claw comes up, you feel this lingering, like, tingling on your back, and you launch off. You can choose anywhere within the, like, 6 spaces around you. So,
Oh, go back over here.
but you have success, so you can add the blood-filled vial to your inventory. And with that, it is now Safin and Atsuhiko's turn. Safin, what is going on? You're still in this thing's mouth as it is shaking you violently.
Yeah. I'm not taking damage though, right?
Not at the moment.
Okay, cool. Oh, we'll do Fifth Fang, Crazy Cutting.
Crazy cutting. You're just cutting its mouth up?
Yep.
Go for it. You can just hear the sounds of...
Give me your fucking skull.
as
ooh.
the sounds of flesh being rended are in a cacophony as they are extrude throughout this thing's mouth. Blood begins to pour in between its teeth onto the floor below itself. How much damage?
14, 10 plus 4.
God damn. 10 plus 14, god damn. Yeah, no. As soon as this happens, it does take its damage, and Atsuhiko realizes that something is happening. He runs over, he grabs Masao, and he launches back onto the top of the ramen cart, and looks over to you guys in shock that you haven't moved yet, and goes, "What are you doing? Move!" And I need either everyone to dodge, or everyone to give me a reaction point. You hear this thing start to woom, 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 as blood starts to spin around in its mouth, and it starts to glow a bright red.
Oh, fuck that.
What are we all taking?
I'm gonna do a
I'm taking
reaction.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Takara, you remove yourself and the chains that bind the lizard demon. So everyone's giving me a reaction point, or who's dodging? Like, I should say, who's dodging with a check and not a reaction point? No one? Is everyone giving reaction points?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yumi, Takara?
Yeah.
This deep guttural explosion fires off, and you hear what sounds like a cannon shot, as it's just a bright red column of smoke and flame. Oh, this is not filled. Is this how I fill it? Yeah, okay. There we go. A bright column of red that expands out. I'm gonna move them. Atsuhiko is not letting them get hurt. He is standing in front of them with blooming flame undulation as a reaction attack. Everyone can move outside of this triangle if they'd like, if they have used a reaction point. Who hasn't? I'm checking y'all guys' sheets. I need to make sure y'all using reaction points. These are limited in number.
Don't worry.
I got you.
This is my first one.
This explosion destroys a section of this town as the blood around it starts making things like remove themselves. The walls and everything start coming undone as bricks fall, tiles separate. It's almost as if everything is undoing itself. It is a like it's outlined in a more particle. How do I describe this? I can actually probably do this in this. Yeah. All right. I am gonna take him back. There we go. Everything in this area line begins to undo itself. And in that moment, it's using its other reaction point, and it is scurrying away.
What? Fucker.
It disappears outside as it leaves what you guys can see is the village gates and heads off towards a stony quarry path.
Come back and fight, and I will sprint after it.
You sprinting?
Fuck yeah.
Atsuhiko runs to stop you.
Why?
He turns and looks at like the area. Everyone in the area hasn't necessarily taken a whole lot of damage, but there is severe like burns and other like fallout from this attack. Takara is not doing so amazingly hot. Is she? She did take a significant amount of damage.
How much damage? How much damage did I take? Do you remember?
I do. Hold
I
on.
don't.
There we go. You've got Takara is the equivalent of being like, I'm fine, and then coughing up blood. Atsuhiko stops you, and he's got like his hands shaking on your chest, and he goes, "We need a plan if we're going to do this." And he looks, he's giving Safin this look of like seriousness, but also underlying fear.
Was it did Tsutsumi poison it?
She did, but it ejected the part of its body that was poisoned.
Right.
Whether or not there is lasting effects from that, you guys have yet to see.
I'm not much of a plans guy, to be honest.
I've noticed, and I agree with a lot of what you believe in. But as of right now, too many people are in danger for us to not go in with a plan.
What do you have in mind?
First things first, he like wipes his brow and goes, "Let's take a moment, collect supplies, and head out. We need to get there before dawn."
Before dawn?
Oh.
Correct. Do you want to know why? You can ask him.
Yeah.
I ask you
Why?
this. Why before dawn?
Yeah.
What can't demons do?
Go out in the sunlight.
Where do we know this thing is living?
In the mines.
I really don't want to go to the mines, guys.
Where are things most likely to hide during the day if they cannot be out during the day?
Oh no!
It's not just going to be the lizard that's a challenge, it's everything that appears to be hunting it. We need a plan. And
We should blow up the entrance to the mine.
That's actually a fair point. Takara's trauma.
Yeah.
He steps over and he sits back down on the seat that was like one of the bar stools left and goes, "Can we at least eat first?" You can hear the sound of his stomach grumbling like through the plaza.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it like as he sits down, it's just like a
And Saba's just like, "Yup, we're open again."
Saba stands up, obviously shaken. Masa and Kakadu are passed out. Saba doesn't say a word. But Atsuhiko goes, 5 ramens, please. Extra firm.
Firm ramen?
Firm ramen.
That
Yeah.
sounds bussin', I'm not gonna lie.
Eat firm ramen.
Delicious. I'll move you guys all so we can all sit at the table. Tsutsumi, I'm moving you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was grabbing my charger.
It's okay. Saba, as he's like stirring up noodles in hot liquid, he turns to you guys and goes, "Are you all sure? Y'all are gonna take this on and get rid of it for us?"
Absolutely.
Atsuhiko's kind of turning to the rest of you, before thinking about answering. He doesn't want to like say yes for all of you.
Takara doesn't
Yeah,
like.
Takara does.
Takara wants to, but like doesn't want to go to the mine, but like wants to.
There is an obligation and there's personal reasons that she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You guys are munching down on ramen for the moment. Everyone who has a low amount of stamina, you hear Atsuhiko go, like as he takes in a deep breath, you hear a and he is doing recovery breathing before he starts eating. You guys are fully welcome to do some recovery breathing as well if you want to do a D8.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
Two.
Nice.
A 3.
Grant, I'm a big stupid head, and which one did I use? Form 5 and Form 3 or 2?
You used crazy cutting and explosive rush, so you used up literally all of your stamina in that last bit. You have 1 stamina left.
Okay, so I do have to roll.
Yeah. You
Let's roll a D8.
part of the reason he stopped you is because you were like as you were like finishing up fighting. I didn't know if you were aware of how little stamina you had.
No.
He got a little bit of tunnel vision, and that's okay.
I was like, let's go, guys. That's fine.
Like red faced.
Somebody give me my inhaler.
As you guys are eating, Atsuhiko sits back for a moment after like inhaling a full bowl of ramen and goes, "You know what? This reminds me of a story tale." Completely irrelevant. The story, I mean, he nothing here has tipped him off. He just loves telling stories. He turns to you guys and goes, "Do you guys?" And he pauses, and like is a little red-faced, but he's kind of already started the sentence, and he goes, "Do you like storybooks?"
No.
Okay, never mind.
Of course, King.
What's a book?
Speak.
It's just this story reminded me. Sorry, this reminded me of a story. You guys, if you want, you can totally listen to his story. You don't have to. But he pulls out, from a side pouch, he has this, like, tiny leather-bound cover, and he just opens it up, and there's, like, a fuckload of printed stories along here. How many people are willing to listen to him? He's gauging the room by everybody looking at him, and he can kind of tell whether or not you're interested.
Takara.
I would like to hear what he has to say.
Takara wants to listen, but she looks very tired.
Takara falls asleep. Safin, he already knows Yumi doesn't want to hear it, and he won't look Yumi in the eyes or look at her. And he's already kind of scared of Yumi. Where is it? Tsutsumi. He's like looking at you as the final like scale tip of do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay. I'm also gonna move the other 2 drunk men like laying down on the side. Ha ha ha! Once upon a time, not so far off from now, there was a boy. The boy was extra curious, so vibrant and full of energy. All of the townsfolk in his home spoke of how his curiosity would someday bite him in the butt. But he did not listen. And he's like giving his little hand motions. He's like pointing off as if he's gesturing to a far off place, and he goes, all of the townsfolk of his home spoke of his curiosity and how it would someday bite him in the butt. Scouring the far off plains, the man spotted his father traveling to deliver flowers, that of to a king, and the boy, in his infinite curiosity, decided to sneak along for the ride. After arriving, his father found him and forced him to come along. Apologizing for the inconvenience, the family had no issue. There, the boy saw what would be a life-changing bouquet that would send him into a spiral of flower arranging. He realizes, like, halfway through, this story is very hard to follow, and he goes, keep with me for a moment, I promise. To attain that beauty that he once saw, and was now his new passion, he tried every method possible to arrange a flower bouquet, so beautiful that he could deliver it to the king and see the very same flower that inspired him. As he did, the king loved his works, so much so that he was invited to become the florist, a royal florist. The boy came to work at his castle, and the king invited him to work at the castle, and the boy hastily accepted. So excited to finally live alongside the beauty that was the flower that he saw that day, he jumped for joy. As he arrived, the flower was gone, along with the previous florist at the beautiful flower, oh my goodness. He's reading. He is not fucking this up as bad as I am. Though when he arrived, the flower was gone, along with the previous florist at the flower had been cut and tossed. And with that, the boy had nothing to chase and gave up on his dream. And he closes his book and goes, "What do you think?"
I could have claps.
King, you are so talented.
He is. These are stories. Words. These stories clearly mean a lot to him as he closes it, and as he closes it, he holds it with both hands, like, up to his chest. And he, like, slides it into his pouch, and returns back to eating. And you can do with whatever that information you want. How...
I'm like, wow.
Everyone at the table, how do your characters eat ramen?
Takara slurps it real loud.
Of course she
I
fucking...
was like,
Tsutsumi just normally. Nice and quietly. Just normally.
It's careful. Is there, like, the hair moving? Like, they're sitting at opposite ends of the table. Do Takara and Tsutsumi, like, make eye contact or flirt across the table?
Takara would definitely wink during dinner. Tsutsumi, like, blushes.
Alright. Yumi, how do you eat?
She ties her hair back and she just eats it very, very quickly.
Safin's just one big bite.
I
Slurp.
eat it like a penguin. You know how have you ever seen a chicken eat a mouse?
Yeah. Like, he's just, like,
that.
he, like, takes it into his mouth, and he leans his head back and just starts, like, moving his neck.
God.
Alright. He finishes eating, like, his 4th bowl of ramen, and then he stands up, and goes, "Alright, well, whenever y'all are ready, let's get going." One of the Saba behind the counter is like, "Did you just say y'all?" And Atsuhiko, like, bright red, embarrassed, turns, his face and goes, "No! I said you all! When you all are ready, we can go!" And, like, takes a few more steps away, like he's doing something and starts like feigning to stretch.
What's wrong with y'all?
It's just he's using like speech he clearly heard whilst traveling, and that's why he's embarrassed.
Do they see y'all in these parts?
All right. Everyone finishes up. We have our recovery breathings. Does anyone, Matt? You have stopped. The bleeding has stopped on your shoulder, but do you want to patch yourself up a little bit? Does anyone have any bandages?
I didn't have any bandages, I think.
Does anyone else have bandages?
Yumi has bandages.
All right.
I got Hanafuda cards.
You want Hanafuda cards?
that I stole.
Does Yumi want to patch Takara up?
No, but Yumi will give
No.
her bandages.
Okay. Does Yumi like look at her with disdain and just hand it over?
No, she's like eating her ramen, so she kind of just like silently slides it over.
All right. Takara, you can apply the bandages and heal a D4 of health if you'd like, plus your smarts.
You know, the smarts don't help me too much. It's only +1. Stupid. Get a 5, so.
5?
Yeah, it was a D4, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Who is everyone
What am I
finished?
doing?
Everyone's finishing up eating.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys want to have a
Am I
romp?
adjusting my HP? Sorry.
Yeah. You're adding 5. All right. He obviously with his sword not drawn points off towards the area of the mine. Once everyone is I want to say completely ready. Like any preparation necessary. Nobody ever even got the old man his bandages.
Oh, shit.
Well, I would like to. Well, everything's closed by now, right?
Be it not by time, definitely by circumstance, yes.
Okay, so there's absolutely no way that I could get some fucking C4.
No, I would probably say not.
Damn it!
You-
All right,
You can try though.
we're winging it.
Okay. All right, everyone.
We going?
Yeah. He leads you guys over to the area that is right outside the exit of the town, and once everyone has gathered, Yumi like jumps on Takara. Safin, you're finishing up like your last bowl.
Yes.
You're like slurping it as you know, like the pickup, but like you're still hovering it over the table, but you're slurping.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. And now we're heading out. It is the ass crack of nighttime. And
Ass crack of nighttime.
and we finally make it into the coal mines. This area is heavily guarded by nothing. This place is more or less abandoned. And we are going to end in a very, very quick moment. But I do want to get you guys placed and ready, and I almost put someone who just isn't here down.
Jordan's character shows up and is like, Safin, actually, we've been really good friends this whole time.
I love your delusions.
I hate life.
As soon as you guys reach the entrance to the mine, which is completely visible upon... Ooh, not the tool I was using. My question before we start next week. Takara, how is your state of mind?
I think she's like.
obviously a lot more quiet than normal. She's definitely not comfortable, but it is what it is, right? So.
True.
It is what it is.
Has anyone
So
taken?
definitely-
Has any? I just want to ask if anyone has noticed that Takara has suddenly quieted down.
Yumi's noticed.
So is Tsutsumi.
Has anyone said anything? Or are you guys letting
No.
her be? Okay.
Tsutsumi's been giving her some looks.
Like the "Are you good?" face.
Evan is like dissociating.
Mm. Understandable. All right. You got so you guys make it to the front of the mine. There is a rail cart track that leads right to where Tsutsumi stands, and there is a straight shot into the pitch black abyss that is this cave. First and foremost, everyone else's reaction, please. And does anyone have any immediate thoughts?
To the dark.
To just the cave in itself.
I'm gonna call down. Just I'll do my penguin sound all the way down.
You guys hear an echo of but as it's going, it's just as it like follows through into the cave. All right. So, not spoiling, but next week is going to be this mission's final week.
And there's a bit of an issue with that.
There is a bit of an issue. It is tentative due to poor planning on the DM's end. So we will be updating you guys through Twitter. And I know that we said a while back that we were going to get VODs up a lot sooner. The reasoning behind us not is because My Hero Class 1C has just gotten all of their VODs put up. So hopefully in between now and next Sunday, we will have all of Mission 2 featuring Takara, Mitsurugi, Ayu, and Kamiko. I kind of forgot Lin was there. And then all of this mission will be made available up until what is like the last thing that has been posted. So thank you guys for coming this week. If you're new here, this is Breathe and Live. We stream every Saturday or Sunday, depending. We have 11 players. If you are here from My Hero Class 1C or here to see Demon Slayer and want to know what My Hero Class 1C is, this is just Demon Slayer, and then Fridays we do My Hero. Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you guys for playing. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day, a wonderful Super Bowl, and a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.